Good evening, family. Today is July 30th, 2026. My name is Brent, and I'm with Enlightened Trades. And I just want to give you a quick update on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. And it's been just kind of interesting, pretty boring as of recent. There's a lot of sideways action. We had some upward movement on Bitcoin. Ethereum, same thing. We've had a little more price action on Ethereum, and XRP, quite honestly, is just as boring as can be. But that's what XRP does, right? XRP, it is boring, okay? Until then, when it's not, right? And it just explodes and it does crazy stuff. XRP is kind of like one of those, you start watching a new show and it's exciting and they're doing great. And then there's like 3 or 4 episodes where you're like, something's gonna happen, and nothing happens. And then they finally, right at the season finale, they do something crazy. That's kind of what XRP does. It kind of reminds me of the show. Oh man, I want to say something bad about this show, and I don't mean to. I'm sure there's probably a lot of people that like it, but there's a show called The Blacklist, and a friend of mine told me about it, and he was like, "You got to watch it," and it was so excruciating. All the seasons were done by the time I started watching it, and I just forced myself to just keep watching it and keep watching it because he's like, "It's crazy, it's just crazy, and you gotta watch it." And anyways, it came to the end, and I was so disappointed. Not because of the ending; it was just a stupid show. Anyways, no offense if you like that show. No offense. Man, it's just so excruciating. I felt like I lost a lot of hours of my life watching that show. So XRP, that kind of does that, right? It's boring, 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 and then it just explodes, and then it's exciting. So we are currently in that phase of the boring, which is good. If you're an investor, boring is good. Okay, here's the Bitcoin chart. I'm going to just cover price action right now. It's been going sideways, but there's some good stuff that we have here. Okay, now from the time that we've put this bottom in, we don't have any fair value gaps except for one. Okay, there's a tiny one right there, small tiny fair value gap right there. Okay, but ICT teaches us that wicks can also be used as a fair value gap, right? So there's this wick right here, you can see. And why do I think it's a good fair value gap? Because price came down to the consequent encroachment of it, and oh, oops, and then price has now rebounded off it and going up. Okay. So what we're expecting as we move sideways, but as we get closer to August 12th, what I'm expecting is that we should see a solid green candle that goes above the this purple line right here. The purple line is MSS, market structure shift, and we should create a fair value gap and then retest that fair value gap on the way up. Okay. Let me just show you, because Ethereum did it perfect, right? So as we got to the MSS, Ethereum has this fair value gap right here that it created. And what did it do? It created this fair value gap, came down, retested the fair value gap, and now it has retested it 3 or 4 times. That's a good sign before the next move up. Same thing when we get to the 4-spot fib and this other fair value gap. We're just going to have to watch to see what price action does with Ethereum. So let me just take this one step at a time. Okay, so my theory, my thoughts is that we will gap up, probably retest this, and then we will see how price reacts to these other purple squares. These are full fair value gaps, right? So we're going to see what happens. And my target currently on this leg is around the 73,000 to the 74,000 level. Okay. I pulled a standard deviation from this low to this swing high, and that gave us the 2 fib, and that gives us the 4 fib. Okay. And when we get closer to the 4 fib and we get closer to August 12th, this is where we have to watch out. Okay. So this is kind of a warning too, because what happens with Bitcoin, unfortunately, is that it has a history of flash crashing in August. Okay. Sorry, August 12th. Let me just go back one more time and just cover why August 12th. So there's one of the indicators that I like to use is this thing called moon phases. Okay, and this doesn't work on the stock market, but on crypto it works a lot, especially Bitcoin. Okay, and you can see it doesn't work all the time, but it works often. Where Bitcoin will bottom towards a full moon, and the energy around the full moon, it will bottom around the full moon, and it will top around a new moon. Okay, again, it doesn't work perfectly always, but you can kind of see where the energy around the full moons and the new moons, the energy around, and I like to take a few days before, 4 or 5 days before, and a 4 or 5 days after, and then same thing, watch it as it goes up or down, right? So we had a bottom here, a top here, and now a bottom. And we're almost out of this energy of bottoming, and we should start seeing the energy of going up into the 12th. Now, the interesting thing about August 12th is that we have a new moon, but we also have a total solar eclipse. That's why I think we're going to see some volatility into August 12th. And I think it's going to be up. And then we will have to prepare for what might happen. I'll just get rid of the moon phases now. What might happen around August, right? So let's go back. This August right here in July of 2024, just to show you, we had from the top to the bottom, we had about a 30% flash crash. Okay. And this one was fast. Okay. This one was really fast. It did take a little while for it to get back up to the same level. About 90 days to get back to the same level. So about 3 months to get back to where we were at the top. I can turn back on the moon phases just to show you. So we kind of had a top around the bottom. Let's go back. Let's go over here to August. Here. This was the complete bottoming structure of Bitcoin back in 2023. And here, from the top, I mean, we could say from July 14th to the top, from top to bottom was about 20% in this one. From the August, we had all the way to the bottom, we had about 17, 18%. Okay. So let's go back to today. Okay. So now I'm thinking that we still are going to go up. Okay. And I'm thinking somewhere around the 73 to 74 level. We will see, right? We're going to have to see how price reacts. And as we get closer, I would do a follow-up video to be able to tell you exactly my price targets. Okay. But if we get up here somewhere, right? And let's just say we take a 30% move. That would take us, yeah, that actually, so dramatically, 30% move. The other ones weren't as dramatic. 20% would get us close to the bottom, but a 30% move, this is interesting, would get us right to the $49,000 mark. And there's some liquidity. There's Q3 low from 2024. There's some liquidity standing down here. Now, the liquidity below that is at 38. I don't think we're going down to 38. There is and I've been saying this for a while, there is a slight possibility that we could make a swipe down, a flash crash, August flash crash to 49,000. Okay, so we got to be careful. Now, so what's going to happen is we're just going to have to see where price is at in August 12th, right? As we get closer. If it's towards here, I probably will do some de-risking. Okay. I will probably do some de-risking both in Ethereum and Bitcoin. And then I will wait until the possible flash crash comes. And then we will wait for some kind of bottom here, and then we'll get back in, and then we'll see. But I don't think I think it'll be a quick flash crash. Could be like we're down here, and then we could be back up really in a few hours, few days, few weeks, right? So we shall see. And that it does kind of make sense that we have a flash crash. We might not even get down that low. We might not even get back down to this 57,000 level, but we shall see. There are quite a few people that I follow that are saying that their targets are around the $49,000 level. Okay, I'm not saying it will. I'm not saying it is, but it could happen. I am hoping that it gets up here to the 73,000 level. I would do some de-risking, and then we'll be prepared for it, right? If price just stays down here the whole time, well, I'm in at 57, 58. Another swipe down, I'll just add more, right? Now with XRP, it hasn't really done anything. Okay, I have been saying from the beginning, my expectation was that it would come down to the 96-cent level. I'm not going to sell my XRP. If it jumps up here to 140, I might de-risk a little bit, but this is the thing with XRP, man. It could take off tomorrow, and it could sky, right? And my price targets are way higher on XRP, so most likely I'm not gonna de-risk. Okay. But you can. This is not financial advice. You can do whatever you want. Any of this stuff can go to zero overnight, right? Again, not financial advice. That's what I'm seeing in the market. Okay. And it does make sense that that we should see a bottoming formation. I think what's happening is in the stock market, we're seeing a topping formation. And I think what's going to happen is and it takes a while. It takes a while to build the top. But what we will start seeing is money will start leaving the stock market. And as institutions and insiders start leaving the stock market, they're going to put it where? Into crypto, I believe, right? So we'll start to see some de-risking from these assets from bigger, larger institutions. It's not over yet. I still think we have some up movement here. We could even if we get a little crazy. I still have this draw on liquidity up here on the ES and NQ, so we might see some craziness and get up there. We might not. We are like on ES. I think I just showed you. See if I can get back there. We're almost to the golden pocket back up here on the ES. So we could see it move back up into this fair value gap here, and then maybe be prepared for another leg down. But if it gets crazy like this asset does, right? It can get crazy, and we could see it go up here to this draw on liquidity. Okay. That's it in a nutshell. I hope you guys are having a great week. Have a great Saturday, Friday. I will keep you updated if there's anything crazy comes on as we get closer to the 12th. I will definitely be doing a few videos as we get closer and let you know my thoughts on the market. Love you guys. Have a great day and a great night. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
This has been a production of Enlightened Trades.